Hello and welcome to another video, and yay! Intellivision have finally done one of their deep dive videos, which they promised us back in September, and they just got round to, it's November the 18th as at the time of recording this, and at the time of recording this the video's only gone live just over an hour. It's already amassed 708 views, and they've already made it unlisted. It's got 136 likes and 33 dislikes from the morons who think that actually hurts the video, because it actually gives it engagement and makes YouTube push the video out more. So you morons, you're just making it even worse. But yeah, unlisted. Yeah, if you want to harm a video, you don't like it, you don't dislike it, you don't comment on it, you don't do anything. But yeah, the video is already unlisted. That shows how well this is going. Let's get on with it.
Hi, I'm Tommy Tallarico, and we are here at Intellivision with...
Well, he's got nowhere else to be. Well, until he does a flip with all the investors' money in January, February anyway.
Our Chief Technology Officer,
John Alvarado.
Good old John Avocado with his twirly moustache and always looking a bit embarrassed to be there, whereas Tommy's not embarrassed to be anywhere.
And his wonderfully curly mustache.
Mustache, not moustache.
All right, so today we're going to do...
He's like, Tommy, fuck off, please.
...an Amico deep dive for the game.
Intellivision battle tanks. Wow, it looks from that screenshot of the background there. That looks like something like out of a Battlefield game. Wow, I was not many people seem to like Battlefield 5, but I did, and yeah, it looks like we've got something really special coming up. I can't wait.
Intellivision battle tanks.
Now,
wow.
Intellivision battle tanks. So there was a game on the
yeah.
original Intellivision called Triple Action, and it had 3 games on it.
Right, 3 games.
Auto racing.
Let's just go back, because when I play this again, it'll just miss the next bit.
Called Triple Action, and it had 3 games on it.
Right, 3 games.
Auto racing, which was kind of meh, and then biplanes.
So auto racing looks meh, but biplanes looks like looks like a real winner of a game. Yeah.
And battle tanks.
Right.
So as you can see, I mean, I didn't have an Intellivision back in the day.
Decided
just going back to
which was kind of meh, and then biplanes.
Going back to the
battle tanks.
There we go. It's combat. It's combat with so on the Atari 2600 we had the borders and stuff like that. We didn't. Did we get trees? I think we must have had something. I can't remember offhand without looking it up. It was like 40 odd years ago. But you definitely, those tanks were exactly the same as they were on combat. The way you turn round as well, and you had to go and shoot each other. And yeah, that was something that would fly for a video game back 40 years ago. It's not going to fly now. Jesus Christ. I think kids have become a little more advanced than that. I've not played, as I've said before, I've not played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's about the only yeah, if I could get it at a decent price I would do, but it looks amazing, I will say that, for this Switch. But kids will be going for that. They won't be going for frigging battle tanks. Jesus Christ. What this guy's back in the past.
We decided to split those 2 out.
Of course, they charged one price for 3 games before. Now they realise they ditched one of them, and they realise they can split the other 2 into 2 separate games. So you're paying $10 a piece, whatever it will be, for and it's more, isn't it? Yeah, the box editions. It's $20 for biplanes, which I think they're barely even written. They're certainly not written battle tanks, or they're not put that out for sale. Maybe they'll do that in January, just before they finally do a runner. Who knows?
Biplanes is its own game, and this is Intellivision battle tanks.
Right, and battle tanks is an interesting game. You control a tank, and we have a very...
Wow, fuck me! Fuck me backwards. Did you know that? Were you even aware of that? In Intellivision battle tanks, you control a tank. Fuck. How did I miss that? Jesus H. Christ.
Very unique controller. We wanted to get the best control approach to controlling a tank. So we actually had to build a prototype and try a lot of different options. And we ended up...
Build a prototype? It's a fucking... Oh, God. This is a game that anyone who's into coding a game, which is certainly not me, but from people who say they code, people who do code games, they say they could knock something like this up in a morning, you know, and they've had to build a prototype and do God knows what. Bullshit.
Liking more than one.
That's right, and that was a prototype that we built here in-house. Tried out a whole bunch of different settings and everything. We ended up choosing 3 different ones, and we're going to go over those right now. In fact, let's check out some of the modes first, actually. Look at this. All right, Intellivision.
Oh, the leaderboards that the online leaderboards that they promised us. Yeah.
Battle tanks, let's get into it. You can see right here off the initial menu screen different ways to play, the missions, tons of different battle modes. We'll get into all that stuff. But I want to show you the leaderboards really quick because this is cool. So John, you'll see John's leaderboard thing here, but whatever profile.
Now, so they've spent an awful lot of time playing this game by the sounds of their description. Yet, look at that. John, total time played 2 minutes 57 seconds. So they spent so long playing this that they've racked up a whole 3 minutes almost playing the game, and they've only played against each other. Oh God, this has got scam. Yeah, if anything else hadn't got scam written all over it, this has. They've played it once, and look at that. Kills 1. He died 3 times. Wow, kill to death ratio 0.33. Well, duh. Travel distance. So they played it for no time at all. And accuracy 17%. So he's just shooting all over the place and getting fucking nowhere. So they haven't even played it properly. Sorry, they haven't even played it properly. Victory 0-0. At least play it for a fucking day. If you're trying to sell this shit to the Amico cult, fuck me.
Or controller is connected, you can see there. See, here's mine here. So you can go in between different.
Tell me, kills 3, deaths 5. Actually, 32%. So he's just shooting all over the place. Now hang on, they've been playing each other, and neither of them have got a win, even though they've killed each other in the game. But neither of them have got a win. Yeah. And total time played, deaths 5, even though that John Alvarado had only killed him once. That does not ring true. Total time played 5 minutes 37 seconds. So he managed to die without anyone else on the game, and he's only played for 5 minutes. So the game is trying to sell you. He hasn't played himself properly. No, well, he's barely touched it. Again, victory is 0 across the board. Fuck me.
Profiles, whoever's connected at that time. That's what that player 1, player 2 controller thing is down the bottom left. That's not going to be there in the final version, but we wanted to show that, you know, there's 2 controllers connected so that you can see. And it goes through all the different things. Pretty neat. Now, achievements is also interesting. So you can see we took the same approach here with the profiles, right? So this is Tommy, and these are all the different achievements. You can unlock them to get new tanks and new...
So he seems to have completed a lot of achievements, despite the fact that he's only played it for 5 minutes. Itchy chins.
Weapons and new levels and things like that. But watch, see, I can switch to John's profile, whatever controller is connected, and you can see everyone's progression. That's what those green bars are for, so you can kind of see as I go back and forth where each of us are at. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to go into missions.
It's kind of neat, you know.
Missions really quick. I want to show you how you can skip through that. Show you how many different, missions you are. And you can play these single player, 2 player.
So he's only played it for 5 minutes, yet somehow they've got through 11 missions.
Player, 4 player, whatever. And you want to unlock them as you go. It obviously saves your progress. Last thing before we jump into gameplay, let me show you the options from the main menu. Just you can shake the screen when it explodes, or if you want your health bars underneath.
Well, that's worth $300.
Your tanks showing or not, so you get that one there. But let's get into some gameplay. So you can see we have 5 different battle modes here, and instead of me just explaining them on a menu screen, let's just dive into it, and I can kind of explain it as you're seeing it. So the first thing it asks you can see here is what arena you want to be in, and we have 20 different arenas in the game, all sorts of different setups, different destructibles, things like that.
So it's pretty much combat, but yeah, just looking, God, you know, with combat as it was in the 80s, 70s, 80s, this is the kind of thing that would have, you know, in this kind of look to it. Maybe late 80s, possibly early 90s on the Atari ST or the Amiga. You know, just for a bit of a laugh. Not another 30 years on, Christ.
Of course, lava level. You couldn't have a video game without lava levels. Oh, ice levels is the other thing that you'd probably want to have. Oh, look, there it is. I don't want to show you all of them, but just to give you an idea of, there's a lot of different ways and arenas to unlock and play. It's really cool. Well, let's start on the first arena. Then the next thing it asks you is how many points to win. So you can totally pick exactly how many points
so you can just make it real easy.
You want, you know, the length of the game and stuff. The other thing is spawn enemies. So if you can play head-to-head, just 2 people, you know, 2 human players, but if you wanted to spawn up, you know, 1 or 2 others, so you can always have a total of 4 people.
Wow, an extra 2 enemies. Wow.
People playing if you'd like. That's the maximum for enemies on these modes, on these different battle modes. And then ricochets on or off, which is really, really fun. It was something that the original game had, and it was so much fun just bouncing, you know, completely unrealistic.
They probably had to redesign that from scratch because it's so difficult to program in doing a ricochet off a wall.
But you could bounce, you know, off of the walls and stuff, and you can turn.
You bounce it off the wall. You don't bounce it off of the wall. The off of is not a term. Good God.
That on and off. The next screen here, it shows you, you know, the tank that you want, and the 3 different methods to move your tank. Okay, so we're going to get into the 3 different methods, but I just want to
just complicating it. You know, combat. You just have the Atari joystick, and you turn the the tank round, and you press the fire button, and you fired. That was it. That was it. Tommy has to overcomplicate things, as always.
Skip over this part really quick now so that we can get into the game, and then I can show you, you know, the 3 different methods of using the uniqueness of the Amico controller to control a tank. So you can see here that you can pick a whole bunch of different tanks, and of course there's different tanks to unlock as you get different achievements and things, and you'll see that they each have their own armor, speed, and damage, meaning the amount of damage you inflict on somebody, the amount of damage they inflict on you, and of course the speed of the tank. We're going to go into a game here at 7-7. We're going to skip ahead, me and John. Now you see that enemy is the gray guy in the middle. That's a computer. And so if somebody hits him, they get a point there.
Joe, I think it'd probably be best having the AI computer character in charge of Intellivision. I think that would be a much better bet. The Amico might actually be out by now if they had a random computer in charge. That'd be a good idea.
John just got a point. John is blue. You saw that green crate in the middle. I'm going to get John right here. Clip. Oh, boy. Okay, so 9-8. So this is a game till 10.
Wow, a whole 30 seconds of fun there, I think.
So we're going to come down to the last one here. But you'll see that green crate in the center. That will give you power-ups, and those become so important. So John, and oh, you'll also notice that, boom, there you go. John got that, so now it's 9-9. So next point wins. I'm going to get the explosive shells. Look at that. Okay, these are fun. Boom, boom. So those explode on contact. Much more.
So somehow a wall is resistant to explosive shells. What's it made out of?
Damage there. Oh, I think John's... oh, yeah. Okay. He's done on that one. But, yeah, you'll notice those pickups. And
that's your game. That's it. That's it. Yep. Within about 10 minutes, kids will be so bored of this and they'll be back to their Switch.
The center becomes so important. Of course, it keeps track of all your different stats, which is cool. Also wanted to point out that each of your controllers lights up to the color of your tank, so you always know who's who. Okay, let's check out a death match. Now in death...
If you're a bit slow, surely.
Match, we'll go to the desert this time. In deathmatch, oh yeah, I'm going to turn the helicopters on, and they are vicious and brutal, so we're going to take the enemies off. We'll just play the...
Bit like the Amico cult.
3 really quick. But you'll notice here we're going to go a game in progress already. But remember, you can shoot your enemies' shots. So here you go. So we're trying to shoot at each other, but you'll see them get canceled out there. See that? Again, very important strategy. John picks up a health. Here comes the helicopter, and they are ruthless. It is actually to your advantage if both tanks go after the helicopter, because if you do that, then you're leaving yourself open to your enemies as well. So it really really comes into play.
God, he sounds bored talking about it. I mean, this is why all these games, you know, for anything that might be finished, I mean, really, they all should be finished, because even though they barely started on most of them, they all should be finished because the console was meant to come out in October 2020. It'd be so much better scrapping the console idea and just, I've said this before in comments, and just making the games available for PC, console. You know, you might be able to charge £1 or £2 for them, not $10 a piece. Maybe even put them in a compilation and sell them along with a mini, with the so the original version, accompanying it. Just, it's not good, is it? I mean, someone else. So a lot of people suggested along the way, just having like an Intellivision Mini, like the NES Classic Mini and the SNES one. Just do that, and I think they are. I think you can get those anyway. Like the like all the Atari 2600 equivalents. But can you get one of those? The Intellivision? I'm sure there's one of them out there. But even still, that's basically all that was really required for this. And Tommy's just overcomplicated and felt there's got to be a console in there, which is not going to happen.
Like that, when the helicopter's out, it's really brutal. So you can choose to work together or not, You'll see once again the power-ups here. Now, you see the shots are in 3 bursts. See 1, 2, 3 like that? But John doing, but I'm holding down my button, and when I hold it down, it comes up with a super shot. So you can do that as well. The original game had the 3 burst shots, so that's where we kind of got the 3 bursts from. But you see John holding down. Now we're both holding down to get that one big power shot. And look at that helicopter just tearing into John. See if we get John. Oh, John gets him and takes him out here. I'm gonna get the power up. Oh, there's an explosive shell again, but John gets the health. See, the health comes into play big time.
Seconds of entertainment here, isn't there?
Because now he gets a whole bunch of... Look at that. Oh, I get the explosive shell on him, but... Explosive shell, but John takes me out because he had that extra health. You can see some of the achievements and different things unlocked, and of course it keeps track of all your stats. Let's check out a quick capture the flag game here. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the tanks are a lot quicker in this. So definitely a little more high action paced. And this one is really, see how I picked up the flag there? You see it blue flag waving on my tank. And if he shoots me, the flag stops there. And then it's really fun to play with teams because you can, kind of help each other and pick it out. But there you go, a little bit of that. All right, let's check out survival mode. Now, this one's really unique because, again, up to 4 players can play this. But what you're doing...
Why doesn't he just do it like like he claimed it would be for Moon Patrol. You know, have one person moving the tank, another person firing one shot, another person spinning the top of the tank round, and the fourth person scratching their ass. I don't know. How about that?
Doing is every wave comes, so wave 1 has one enemy tank, and so the both of us, or again if there were 4 players, we're trying to kill that one tank, because if we kill that tank we'll get 100 points.
Wow.
The person who kills the tank gets 100 points. And then wave 2 comes, and then there's 2 tanks, and wave 3 comes. Now look at that, I got the ricochet. Look at the ricochet shots, so cool. Those were in the original, and when me and my brother
We know you mentioned that before.
would play, we would always play with ricochet. We love the ricochet shots. But anyway, you can see
Because that kind of game still flies 40 years later.
it where, you know, we're both trying to attack it, but look at my power up, and boom. You know, so again, I pressed down on that button, built up the shot, and it becomes so much more powerful. Now here comes wave 2. Now there's 2 tanks. I got 100 points. Who can get the most points? Now you each have 3 lives. So you see under my tank there, you see under both our tanks, you see the 2 green tanks. So I have 1 plus the 2. Boom! I just got wasted there. And so you'll see me come back to
A bit like all the investors' cash, eh?
life, and now I only have, now I have 2 tanks left, the one I have and then one underneath. And so there, John took that guy out, and so he got 100 points. So it's pretty cool, and it keeps going. Wave 4 gets 4 tanks.
Wow.
Wave 5 gets 5
I
tanks,
get bored
and so
just
on.
thinking about it.
For all you original Intellivision fans like me, I just wanted to show you quickly the triple action level. See how it's laid out exactly like the original triple action. What's cool is you'll notice too, something I haven't talked about, is the wooden stuff is destructible. So there's definitely destructible things in the level, but then you see those concrete walls are not so destructible. But there you go with the ricochet shots. Oh,
wow.
So I just wanted to show that. In fact, let me show you now the 3 different methods that you can control the tanks. All right, so here's disk drive, which basically means wherever the disk goes, you're driving the whole thing.
Well, this shows just how pointless the screen is, because it's just showing stuff. It's not interactive in any proper way. It's just eating the battery and doing absolutely nothing of any point.
So the turret is fixed to the front, which, this is the easiest control to do, but it gives you the least amount of flexibility. So disk drive, and then you can see my primary shot like that, right? And then the secondary shot is, if you hit that, you see how it lays a little C4, and then you press it again, boom, and it explodes. I exploded myself on that one.
Wow.
Oops. All right, now this one is called screen to aim. So you can see, you can drive around with the disc, as you can see there,
wow.
Similar to the disk drive one. But the big difference here is I can now, wherever I go on the screen, and I can shoot as well by tapping the screen. So you have a little bit more.
It seems to actually.
I can.
So which one is he controlling? I can only see one tank on there. He's controlling John's tank, and he's pressing the thing. It doesn't seem to be actually matching up with what's going on. The actions on screen isn't matching up with what he's doing on the controller.
I go on the screen, and I can shoot as well by tapping.
So he's tapped the screen several times, and it's only shot once. Just there's an obvious bit of lag there with when he turns the thing around.
I can now, wherever I go on the screen, and
the lag there. So I'll put a link to the video in the description. At 12:22, just look around there. You can see the lag. I'll play it again. Hang on, let's just go back up a bit. Just watch, compare. You might need to watch it a few times. Just go back and forth and you'll be able to see the lag is awful.
There, similar to the disk drive one, but the big difference here is I can now, wherever...
In fact...
difference here is I can now, wherever...
In fact, as he starts to do a clockwise motion on the screen, the tank spins around anti-clockwise. Look.
Similar to the disk drive one, but the big difference here is...
Here we go.
Is I can now, wherever I go on the screen, and I can...
So it starts off going in the opposite direction, and even when it does follow in the right direction, the lag is awful. That is awful. Awful, awful, awful. Fuck me.
Shoot as well by tapping the screen, so you have a little bit more flexibility. So driving around, do-de-do, and then screen will fire. And again, you can tap it if you like as well. So there you go.
So it's a boring game, and it doesn't even work properly anyway. Brilliant, brilliant. So is this why the video's gone unlisted, I wonder?
Okay, so now this is everyone's favorite, I think. So this is screen to drive.
Well, is that the bit where you switch it off and then go outside and do something else?
So wherever my thumb is going, the tank is going, but the turret is controlled by the disc. So you see that red arrow? That's exactly where the disc is, right? Because you can whip it around, but then the turret takes a little bit to catch up to the... Right?
Again, there's so much lag there as well.
By the disc. So you see that red arrow? That's exactly where the disc is, right? Because you can whip it around, but then the turret...
It's just fucking awful, it really is.
It takes a little bit to catch up to the arrow. It takes a little bit, you know, like a real tank, because we don't want just like totally whipping around. So driving like this, so you can drive wherever, and then I can be driving backwards and have the turret, you know, driving away. Now the other thing too you'll notice on the screen is, see my power is up there. You can see the red bar under my name Tommy, but also it's 100% there, and when you have lives it shows how many lives you have left. But again, it's the same thing where, you know, you have...
Yeah, same thing, more lag.
Your primary shot there, and the secondary shot drops the C4, boom, explode it. And so this is screen to drive. All right, I figured I'd wrap this up by showing a bunch of the different mission modes.
Oh no, it's over already, what a shame.
Now remember, mission modes are the co-op, so everybody is trying to work together to go through all the different missions. And again, you can play 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, 4 player. You're all on the same team, all trying to win and beat the missions and get as many stars as possible. So I'm going to go through a bunch of different stuff. You're going to see a whole bunch of different power-ups, different environments.
Wow.
And yeah, hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, this is like a shareware game, which, you know, from like 30 years ago, which just like one of many things you could have fit on a little, you know, like a 3.5-inch floppy disk, and it's just been, and 30 years on from when it would have been on the, when it could have been on the ST and the Amiga as a bit of fun, further 30 years on, and it's being sold on a new console at full price. Fucking hell. One born every minute, as P.T. Barnum used to say. Yeah. Fun. Spread shot? What the fuck's a spread shot? Jesus. Sounds a bit rude. It's so stuttery as well. Just look at it. It's just stuttery. I saw someone post in the comments. I won't go through the comments, but I did see someone post in the comments. Is this 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second? It's more like about 3 frames per second, I think. It's just the same smash, crash, bash sound effects. So like Tommy said, he made like hundreds and hundreds of new sound effects for the Evel Knievel game, and yet he's made like 1 or 2 for battle tanks, clearly. This is just fucking awful, isn't it? Such variety in the gameplay, isn't it? That's what I like. And they've got a flamethrower that sort of shoots about 2 centimeters ahead of themselves, so it catches absolutely nobody. Brilliant.
Well, there you have it, Intellivision battle tanks. I hope you enjoyed our first Amico deep dive.
Right, make sure.
Yeah, so good that you unlisted the video so no one could search for it. Brilliant.
To like and subscribe so you can see them all.
Tanks, everyone.
What a fucking tosser. Amico. That is just shit beyond belief. That is just utter shit. I'm sorry. It's just. No, I'm not even sorry. That's just. It's just fucking embarrassing. That's what they're, passing for entertainment in 2021. That's just a fucking joke. Yeah. Where are we now? It's November 18th at the time this video goes live, and I'm recording this. And somehow it's not April the 1st. Wow. God. So it's really come to this. Anyway, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell for all notifications. I'm going to go and watch the new Games Master show because that's coming out on E4 next Wednesday. But it's also showing on the E4 YouTube channel on Saturday. Sunday, November 21st. But I've got it to watch and do a review of. And so, well, by the time you watch this, the review may well already be live on my DVD Fever website. So I'll put a link to the review in the description below. So go and check that out. And I'm sure that's going to be a dumpster fire as well as this. Anyway, Hugh Genesis.